And what golden nuggets of advice would you give to the viewers about an effective intake strategy?
I mean, intake's the entire business as far as I'm concerned. I don't care who you are. I mean, there's some amazing attorneys in the country. Gosh, I mean, you hear about Mark Lerner and everybody else getting these big verdicts. But I don't care how good an attorney Mark Lerner is, he's nothing if he doesn't have the case. You got to sign that thing up. And so what do you have in place? You know, only, as far as I know, there were roughly almost 4,000 cases. There were roughly 3,500 to 4,000 law firms that advertise in one manner or another in the United States. I got this little thing on the screen. Yet only under 400 of those firms have some sort of an intake software. So that means everybody's going on these antiquated ways of writing it down on paper. This accountability is the number one word when it comes to intake. What are your processes in place to make sure that those clients are being called, handled, taken care of correctly? Are you listening to calls? Are you coaching and training people? You know, we have our friend Gary Falkowitz coming several times a year. Gary's one of the best intake guys, and he's a close friend, one of the best intake guys in the country. Anybody that wants to really work in the intake, speak to Gary. He'll come in, he gets your people excited. I mean, all I say to Gary every time I see him is, Gary, don't make me call you probation officer. I mean, Gary is out of control, but it gets you excited because intake is everything. You know, when my people talk, what are they saying to the client? If you're not telling those people, man, I am so glad you called Lerner Rowe. These guys are the best. These guys care. I love Glenn and Kevin. I love working here. If you're not giving affirmative type answers to people's questions, affirmative statements like that tell people they made the right choice. We have to control those conversations. I mean, there's so many things, and anybody that wants to ever talk about intake is my favorite subject. So gosh, I'm willing to talk to anybody because I promise almost everybody that's listening on this webinar, you got big holes in intake. And we are crazy about intake, and we still have holes. You can't be complacent. We are striving for perfection with intake, knowing that it's not attainable, but you certainly have to keep shooting for it, you know?